At a younger age, I always wanted to join the army. I migrated to the United States where I was fortunate enough to be given that opportunity to join the United States Army. My name is Vernon J. Brown and I'm a U.S. Army vet. In 2019, I was severely injured and I was placed in the med board process. And a few months after, my transition from the military to the civilian world started. And to be honest, it was scary for me, right? I had to deal with depression, anxiety, stress, and on top of that, I had to be dealing with my injuries. And to make matters worse, COVID 19 hit. So it was straight lockdown. So that made my depression, anxiety, migraine, and all of that got worse. But during that process of transition, it was somewhat smooth. I had a few hiccups here and there as it relates to my leadership in the military. But other than that, it was somewhat smooth. My transition was okay because I have to, go to my counseling sessions. I had to do uh, rap sessions. I had to go to classes. I had to do a lot of that. One of the things that really hit me and hit me so hard is the fact that I'm leaving, it's like I'm leaving from the fast lane to the slow lane. And what I mean by that is basically being in the military. For me, it's like the fast lane. There's like a few stuff that I enjoy doing. I enjoy, being at formation at 6 a.m. in the mornings, PT 6:30, you know, stuff like that. Training during the course of the week. I didn't have a problem with any of those. But, you know, the transition part of it was my problem from being a soldier back to a civilian. I was terrified because honestly, driving out there on the road, and I would see, these folks on the side of the road with their cardboard thingy, and it's like, hey, I'm a veteran, and could you spare some change? I'm homeless. Those kind of stuff. Break my heart. And then where I was stationed, that's all the leadership would say. Once you leave the military, chances are you're gonna be homeless. So as I said, my leadership in the military were like somewhat horrible. But the VA, that's the Department of Veterans Affairs, along with the Department of Army, they have programs that will help you and aid you in your transition. So regardless of what my, leadership and whatever said, I had the backative of the Department of Veterans Affairs and also the Department of Army, who, as I said, provide programs to aid me in my transition. So there are like programs that aid me with finances, how to prepare my resume, sites that I can go on that I can apply for jobs, having me set up with the VA. So, when I get out my appointment, I can go to my appointments without having, any form of hassle and all of that. So, they work along with me with that. Also, they add counselors there to like not only aid me with my depression and anxiety and migraine and all, and my injuries and all of that, but they had counselors there who you know aid me in order to make my transition a bit more smoother, because they're there as like folks who you can talk to them, be like, hey, I'm scared what I can do or what I need to do. And, they will reassure you that, hey, we will help you even when you transition out of one stage to the other. We will be there to hold your hand. So I spend a lot of time at the library and also at this place called In and Out Processing. Now, with that, one of the one of the greatest feeling that ever happened to me was getting my you know certificate that states my name, and I was honorable discharge from the military along with my DD 214. That was the greatest feeling, but it really hit when you know I can't get up six. I can, but the military thingy was still inside of me. So those are some of the stuff that really hit me hard. Now, once I was here back in the civilian world, the counselors, they, as I said, they still reach out to me on a week-to-week basis, to check on me to see how I was doing, what's my next process. So even when I am here in the civilian world, I was still on crutches and stuff like that still. So they point me in the direction, and they explained to me about this VA program called Veteran Readiness and Employment, which will aid me, in the direction that I wanted to go. So my direction that I chose was to, go back to school and stuff like that. So I spoke with a counselor from VRE, which, didn't get back to me, in the time frame that I wanted them to get back. But, I called up, a few schools. I called up Valencia. I also called up UCF. Valencia responded to me. UCF did not. So, I tried calling UCF for like 2 weeks. They did not answer their phones at all. Valencia did. But I also called Kaiser, and, the counselors there, they were like friendly, really, really friendly. So, they check up on me. I explained to them that I'm a disabled vet, and they put me through to, that department that deals with all of that. So they were like there to like ensure that I cross all my T's and I dot all my I's, in order to like enroll with them. So I never had a regret or any form of regret enrolling with them. So once I enrolled with Kaiser, I had to go back to the drawing board with the VRE, which that's a different story right there. Yeah, that is a different story. So I'll do another video as it relates to my process with the VRE. Now, I was found, eligible for the VRE program, so I'm actually using it now while I'm in school. So I'm actually doing a bachelor's in criminal justice. Hopefully, God's willing, I can do a master's, but for now I'm just, focusing on that. So, folks that are like planning on, transitioning from the military to the civilian life, there are programs out there that will aid you guys in order to transition smoothly, and also programs there that will aid you guys to like get a job and stuff like that. So you guys don't have to be scared like how I was, because at one point I was like, yo, I don't want to be homeless. I'm rather go work on my yard at Jamaica than stay here. But the Department of Veterans Affairs, And the Department of Army, they have programs that will, help us as veterans to like transition smoothly. So, peeps, I would like for you to, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and share this video. Also, to watch my previous video that talks about the VRE and the tracks. So, stay tuned for my next video. And, as I said, like the videos, subscribe, and stuff like that. All right. Peace.